Please rise. Municipal Court for the City of Stoughton is now in session. The Honorable Scott Dirks presiding.
Please be seated. The City of Stoughton will appear in all matters this evening by Attorney Kieran O'Day. Before I begin calling cases, I want to go over some of the procedures we'll follow tonight and some of your rights as defendants. Those procedures are also set forth on the form that was made available to you as you entered the courtroom. First, please turn off your cell phones. Second, this hearing is for initial appearances on the citations you received. This is not the time for a trial or telling me your side of what happened. When your case is called, please come up to the podium in front here and remember to speak clearly. These proceedings are being recorded, so you need to answer questions verbally and not by nodding or shaking your head. Tonight, I'll ask you to enter a plea to the citation you were issued. Your plea options are guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty means that you admit what it is you're charged with. A plea of no contest means that while you do not admit doing anything unlawful, you do not wish to contest the matter. A plea of not guilty means you want to contest the charges against you. In many cases, Mr. O'Day will be in a position to make you an offer to resolve your case right here tonight. If you do arrive at such an agreement, you should enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Either way, guilty or no contest, I must find you guilty. I'll then review the facts of your case to determine whether there is a factual basis for accepting your plea, and will give you an opportunity, if you wish, at that point, to tell me anything you feel is relevant to my decision. I will then decide what the sentence in your case should be. In almost all cases, I'll order you to pay a forfeiture, which is a money penalty, like a fine. It may be anywhere from $20,000 to $10,000, though the vast majority will be in the range of $50 to $200. I'm also required to impose court costs, which will increase the total amount you must pay. I will automatically give you 30 days to pay your forfeiture, and if you think you need more time than that, please let me know right away, and we will set up a payment plan. Failure to timely pay your forfeiture can result in suspension of your driver's license or referring the matter for debt collection. If you plead not guilty to the charges against you, I will schedule your case for a pretrial conference over the phone with the city attorney. At that time, you can discuss your case with him and see if it can be resolved without a trial. If it cannot be resolved, I'll schedule the matter for trial. You do have the right to have an attorney represent you in your case, but you must hire that attorney on your own. The public defender's office will not represent you. You also have the right to ask me for a continuance of your case if you need to consult with an attorney or for some other reason. If you've been charged with operating while intoxicated or some related offense, you have the right to a jury trial in circuit court in Madison. However, you must post jury fees within 10 days of the date that you enter your plea, which would be 10 days within today's date. Trials on all of the offenses will be heard by me, and you have the right to appeal any decision I make in your case. Those of you who are charged with a traffic offense should bear in mind that in addition to having to pay a forfeiture if you're found guilty, the Division of Motor Vehicles may also impose demerit points against your license. If 12 or more points are assessed against your license in any 12-month period, your driving privileges will be suspended for a period of time. And if you hold a probationary license, those points may be doubled. Finally, if your address changes at any time while your case is pending, you must notify the court in writing within 5 days of such a change. Thank you. And I'll call the first case, which is City versus David Sorrells. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
You're Mr. Sorrells?
Yes, sir.
Last name spelled S-O-R-R-E-L-S.
Yes, sir.
Do you still live on Mills Street in Beloit?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sorrells, you're charged with retail theft, which means that you took merchandise held out for resale by a merchant without attempting to pay for that merchandise. Do you understand the nature of the charge against you?
Yes, sir.
Does the city have an offer for the defendant this evening?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Sorrells, your options are, if you plead guilty or no contest tonight, in all likelihood, I'll find you guilty and impose a forfeiture. On the other hand, if you want to have some time to talk to the city attorney about your case, or if you want a trial, you should plead not guilty. How do you wish to proceed?
I'm guilty, sir. When the police officer had called, I told him I was guilty.
Okay. Well, hang on a minute and let me read the reports here to see if there's a factual basis for your plea. I do find a factual basis for your plea, and I will find you guilty. Is there anything you'd like to tell me? Well, first I should ask the city. What's the city's position with respect to disposition?
Forfeiture in the amount stated on the citation.
So $187 inclusive of costs.
Correct.
Mr. Sorrells, is there anything you'd like to tell me before I pass sentence?
I just want to apologize for being here. I've never done nothing like this. I became homeless, and I tried every which way avenue, and I had dropped like 120 pounds within a month and a half. I was starving. I didn't know what else to do, and it was a bad judgment on mine. I was wrong. When they called me on the phone, he says, "Did you do this?" I could have said no. I said, "Yes, sir, I did it." I feel guilty for doing that, and I'm wrong. It's bottom line. I was starving to death. I had no water. I almost died. I couldn't get water at the gas stations. They refused me because I didn't have money. And they found me 3.5 blocks up the road, 3.5 hours later, face down, sunburned, 3rd degree all over me. I mean, it's very hard out there, but my situation is being better. One more thing is I walk the streets. It ain't like it was when I was growing up. You know, can I mow your grass? Can I clean your gutters? People are so in debt, and or they don't trust people nowadays, you know. So I tried every avenue possible before I came with this dumb decision that it came in my head, and it was just a rash one. I was literally starving. I was 290 pounds, and I because you can see I just dropped. My skin hangs off me. I'm just sorry for wasting your time here, and I apologize to the state. I apologize to everybody in the courtroom here today that, you know, that I...
Well, you're not wasting my time. This...
Well, I shouldn't be here, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I understand. Are you working right now?
Yes, sir. I actually had got some help through a gentleman. He has some rental properties. After this had happened, I finally got lucky. I'd been talking to some people, and a gentleman said he needed help, so he's been giving me some little work here and there, but it's enough to keep me on my feet until I can get things going, you know, back up to where they need to go, you know.
Well, so I guess the reason that I'm asking is, if I impose a forfeiture, are you going to be able to pay it?
Yes, sir, I'll pay it.
Well, the city's recommending $187, and I would certainly give you some time to pay that.
If I could have time, yes, sir, I will make sure it's paid. I will pay it, I promise that.
How much are you making?
He gives me like jobs here and there, some for, 30, 20, whatever, 50 sometimes. That's the most I've ever made doing that, sir.
Well, so on a weekly basis, how much do you think you're putting in your pocket?
Very little at all, sir. I mean, work weekly basis. I know I got some work coming up. I'd be able to pay the fine for sure, because he has quite a handful of things. So within the next month or so, I know I could take care of that fine, sir.
So you're still living in Beloit?
Yes, sir. I had to get a ride here today, sir.
Sure. If I were to convert the forfeiture into 19 hours of community service, is that something that you'd be able to do if I gave you 90 days to do 19 hours of community service work?
Would it be in Beloit, sir?
You could do it in Beloit, sure.
Okay. Yes, sir. I could do community service, most definite.
All right.
That would probably be better for me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because you never know what could happen with somebody that, you know, he could get sick or anything.
Sure.
Then I would definitely come back to court and let you know, I'm sorry I didn't make that timely payment. I wouldn't run from you, obviously, I'm here today, but if I could I'm not afraid to work. I've worked, you know, all my life. I am not afraid to work.
So community service has three aspects to it.
Yes, sir.
It has to be something for which you're not getting paid.
Yes, sir.
It has to be for a nonprofit organization. It could be, you know, an animal shelter in Beloit. It could be a church in Beloit, whatever.
Okay.
And it has to be work that you would not normally do.
Yes, sir.
So, for example, if this gentleman that's finding you odd jobs says, well, you know, do this, and I just won't pay you, that doesn't count.
No,
because
I
he's-
understand it, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, sometimes people get confused about that.
Yes, sir, I understand. I didn't mean to
Okay.
cut you off. I'm sorry.
Mr. O'Day, does the city object to me converting this to 19 hours of community service?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that will be the court's order. And Mr. Sorrells, I'll give you 90 days to perform that community service,
Yes, sir.
and I'll give you some information on how to do community service, as well as how you can inform the court that you've completed the community service.
Yes, sir.
And I realize you're in a pretty tough situation right now. If you find within, let's say you're getting onto the 85th day,
Yes, sir.
that you're coming up short on that community service, don't just blow it off.
No, sir, I won't.
Because then I really won't have any choice but
Yeah.
to order you to pay the 187. And
Yes,
if you
sir.
don't pay that, your driver's license could get suspended.
No, sir, I don't want
And
that.
that is not something you want to have happen to
No,
you.
sir, I went far enough down like this, you know.
Okay.
Can I say one more thing, sir?
Well, let me just finish.
Okay, yes, sir.
So if you find yourself coming up short, contact the court. Don't just forget about it.
No, sir, I won't, I promise
Okay.
that. And I just wanted to say sorry again is what I wanted to say. I apologize.
Nope, that's all right.
Okay. And this will explain everything on here, like who to contact for the public service work and,
Yeah, I mean, that'll give you some leads on doing community service in
community service, I'm
Stoughton,
sorry.
but since you're living in Beloit, you want to find some place in Beloit.
like a church or
Yep,
something like that, to that fact, or like maybe a pantry maybe?
yep.
Will
Work
that
at a
work?
food pantry, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. All right, well, thank you for your time, sir, and
Okay.
I apologize dearly again.
All right, and good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay,
I'm able to
thank
go
you.
now? Thank you, thank you, folks. Yep, appreciate it.
City versus Painter. You're Ms. Painter?
Yes, sir.
And ma'am, is your first name spelled Taylor?
Yes, sir.
Last name Paynter?
Yes, sir.
And you still live on Hancock Lane in Evansville?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Painter, you're charged with retail theft, which means that you are accused of taking merchandise from a merchant that had been held out for resale and took it past the last point of payment without attempting to pay for it. Do you understand the nature of the charge against you?
Yes, sir.
Does the city have an offer for Ms. Painter?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
So Ms. Painter, I imagine you probably heard what I told the last defendant, but I'll make it clear to you as well. If you plead guilty or no contest tonight, in all likelihood, I'll find you guilty and impose a forfeiture. On the other hand, if you want a trial, or if you want an opportunity to discuss the matter with Mr. O'Day and see if you can come up with some resolution of the case without having to come back to court, then you should plead not guilty. Do you understand your options here?
Yes, sir.
How would you like to proceed?
Guilty, sir.
Do you understand if you plead guilty, I must find you guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm reviewing the police reports for a factual basis. I do find a factual basis for your plea, and I will find you guilty. What's the city's position with respect to sentencing?
Forfeiture in the amount stated on the citation, Your Honor.
So $187 inclusive of costs?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Painter, is there anything that you'd like to tell me about what you think I should do, or anything else relevant to sentencing?
No, sir.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why did you do this?
I guess because life's hard and I'm just struggling at the moment, so.
Okay. When you say you're struggling, could you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, I mean, just financially, I guess.
Are you working?
Yes.
How much are you making?
18.
$18 an hour?
Mhm.
How many hours are you working?
30 to 40.
Okay. Do you have somebody that you support?
My mom, yes.
Okay. Are you supporting her all by yourself, or does she have other means of support as well?
No, my dad's around as well.
Okay. You living with your parents then?
Yes.
Okay. I guess the reason I'm asking these questions is not just to be nosy, but to
No.
find out if you have the ability to pay $187, even if I give you time to do it.
I do, sir. Yes.
Okay. Where are you working?
The hospital, Stoughton Hospital.
Okay.
I just started working there
Okay.
because I was unemployed for a while.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you got work. That's great.
Yeah,
I mean, that must make you feel better.
it does.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to impose a slightly smaller forfeiture in view of your circumstances, $124 inclusive of costs. If I give you, well, let me ask you this. Realistically, how much do you think you could pay each month towards that $124?
I can pay it in full right away.
Well, I don't want to do that to you because, like you said, you just found work, you're supporting somebody else. I mean, you have to pay a forfeiture, but I don't want to make it that onerous for you. How about if we do this? I'll give you 90 days to pay it.
Okay.
$124, so that'll come out to a little bit more than $40 a month.
Okay.
Let's do it that way. $40 a month until it's paid in full. First payment would be due December 1st.
Okay.
So
Do
you
I
got-
have the option to pay it in full if I feel like I can?
If you want to, absolutely, but I'm giving you
Yeah.
a chance to, because I'm sure that you probably racked up some debts while you were unemployed.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's not dig the hole any deeper than it already is.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. So $40 a month until it's paid, and the first payment isn't due until December 1st. That's the judgment of conviction, and that gives you information on how you can pay, okay?
Okay.
Any questions about anything?
No, sir.
All right.
Thank you
then
very much for your time.
All right, thank you. You're free to go. Yeah, got it. Thanks. Excuse me. State versus Ringles letter. Did I pronounce your name correctly, sir?
It's Ringelstetter, sir.
Ringelstetter. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Mr. Ringelstetter, is your last name spelled Ringelstetter?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you still live on West Main in Stoughton?
Yes.
Sir, you're charged with 2 citations. The first is operating while under the influence of intoxicants. That means that you're operating a motor vehicle on a public highway in the state of Wisconsin while under the influence of an intoxicant such that you could not safely operate that motor vehicle. Do you understand the nature of the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also charged with operating a motor vehicle with a prohibited blood alcohol concentration, specifically that you had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.13. Do you understand the nature of the charges against you? Sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Does the city have an offer for the defendant this evening?
No, not at this time, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Ringelstetter, if you plead not guilty, I would set this matter on for a pretrial conference over the phone on December 3rd. You could talk to Mr. O'Day and see if this can be resolved without a trial. If you plead guilty or no contest tonight, we'll proceed to sentencing tonight. And I can tell you that you will be ordered to pay a very large fine, a forfeiture. You'll have 6 points assessed against your license. If you're on a probationary license, that could perhaps be doubled. I'll also have to revoke your driver's license for a period of time. I'm not going to give you any advice. I can't do that. But what I can tell you is that people in your position generally find it advantageous to talk to the prosecutor, which is the city attorney, before they enter a plea of guilty or no contest, if that's the way they're going to go. So, do you have any questions about your options?
No, Your Honor.
How would you like to proceed tonight?
Not guilty. Not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. We'll enter a plea of not guilty. If you want a jury trial, you have to post jury fees within 10 days of today's date. I'll schedule this for a pretrial conference. Again, that's over the phone with Mr. O'Day, and that'll be December 3rd at,
3:20?
does 3:20 work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Hang on, and we'll give that to you in writing. Do you have any questions about anything?
No, sir.
Okay. As soon as you get that notice of the pretrial conference, then you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
It's for both of them.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
You're welcome. City versus Noah Steinmetz. You're Mr. Steinmetz?
Yes.
Is your last, excuse me, is your last name spelled Steinmetz?
Yes.
And you still live on Acre Road in Stoughton?
Yes.
Sir, you are charged with failure to stop for a school bus. That means that while you were operating a motor vehicle on a public highway in the city of Stoughton, you did not comply with the laws regarding stopping for a school bus that is receiving or unloading children. Do you understand the nature of the charge against you?
Yes.
Does the city have an offer for the defendant?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Excuse me. Oh, thank you. Excuse me a second. So, Mr. Steinmetz, your options tonight are, if you plead guilty or no contest tonight, we'll proceed to sentencing. And in all likelihood, I would impose a forfeiture of $691. On the other hand, if you want a trial, or if you want an opportunity to discuss the case with the city attorney and see if it can be resolved without a trial, without you having to come back to court, then you should plead not guilty. Do you understand your options?
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to proceed?
Guilty.
Mr. Steinmetz, do you understand that if you plead guilty, I must find you guilty?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to review the report to see if there's a factual basis for accepting your plea. I do find a factual basis for your plea of guilty, and I will find you guilty. What's the city's position with respect to disposition here?
Forfeiture in the amount of $691 as stated on the citation.
Mr. Steinmetz, is there anything you want to tell me about what you think I ought to sentence you to, or any facts relevant to my sentencing decision?
Well, to be honest, I was not really paying attention that day. I was tired after school. I wasn't really that well paying attention, and I only noticed after the bus beeped at me.
I'm sorry, the last part, what was that?
I only noticed after the bus beeped at me.
So it's got a stop sign out, it's got lights flashing, you didn't notice any of that?
No.
Well, I'm going to order you to pay a forfeiture of $691, including costs. 4 points will be assessed against your driver's license, and I want to remind you of what I said earlier. You're on a probationary license. The next citation you get anytime within the next 12 months, whatever points show up on the citation, like this one is 4, it'll be doubled. And your license could very well end up being suspended. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you working?
Yes.
Where are you working?
Culver's.
How much do you make?
$11 an hour.
And how many hours a week are you working?
Not many.
Well, what does that mean?
Probably right now, maybe 12.
Okay. Do you think you're going to be working more hours over Christmas break or anything like that?
Maybe, but probably not.
Okay. The vehicle you were driving, do you own that vehicle or is that your parents' vehicle?
I'm signed as an owner along with my mom.
Okay. The vehicle's paid for?
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm still ordering a forfeiture and costs totaling $691, but I'm going to give you time to pay that. Realistically, how much do you think you could pay each month? Don't come up with a number that's going to be more than you can actually pay.
To be honest, I don't really know.
So you're taking home roughly $100 a week, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to order you to pay $100 a month. You don't have any other obligations besides school. You're a high school student, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a yes?
Yes.
You're not supporting anybody. I don't see any reason from what you've told me why you can't pay $100 a month. And I realize that's a lot of money. And this fine is very high. Do you know why it's so high?
No.
Because what you did is very dangerous. People get killed. You told me you didn't even see the bus until you were past it. I mean, for crying out loud, a school bus with flashing lights? One could question whether you should even be driving a car at all. All right, well, that's going to be the order of the court. $100 a month. First payment is due December 1st?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you find that you are unable to keep up with that payment plan, I'm basically giving you 7 months to pay this. But if you find you're unable to do that, don't just blow it off. Write a letter to the court, and we'll see if we can work something else out, okay?
Okay.
All right. Please drive a lot more carefully than you are now.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions about anything?
No.
All right, then you're free to go. All right, City versus Linda Thomas. Come on up, please, Ms. Thomas. Ms. Thomas, is your last name spelled Thomas?
Yes,
And do you still live on Magnolia Lane in Madison?
correct.
All right. Ma'am, you're charged with failure to stop at a stop sign. That means literally what it says, that you were operating a motor vehicle on a public highway in the city of Stoughton, and you failed to stop at a stop sign. Do you understand the nature of the charge against you?
Yes, but I wasn't on no highway.
A public roadway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Does the city have an offer for the defendant this evening?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, hang on,
Yep.
sorry. You're also charged with operating a motor vehicle without having in your possession proof of automobile insurance,
I have that, Your Honor,
okay?
on my phone.
Can you furnish that to the city attorney?
Okay, I gotta turn it on.
Regarding the first citation, Your Honor, the city will offer to amend the citation to failure to obey officer slash signal slash sign under Wisconsin statute 346.041. The demerit points and forfeiture remain the same, but it removes the DOT right-of-way class.
Okay. And what about the proof of insurance citation?
Once we have that, the city will move to dismiss.
Okay.
Okay. I'm coming, I'm still learning how to work the phone. Okay. Hit that. Hit that. Okay, so you hit that. Then you blow it up. Who I give it to?
Me.
Uh,
You're good.
Can you see it?
Yep.
It's the send.
Yep. All right, you're good.
You see it?
Yep.
Do you want to see the license plate that I got order?
No, you're good.
Okay, thank you.
City moves to dismiss the operate without motor vehicle insurance.
All right, Ms. Thomas, I assume you have no objection to me dismissing the insurance citation.
Correct.
All right, so ordered. Now, with respect to the other citation, Ms. Thomas, under a relatively new law, there are certain, ma'am, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Okay. There are certain citations for which, if you are convicted, in addition to having to pay a forfeiture and having demerit points assessed against your license, you also have to take a traffic safety class. What the city is offering to do is to change the citation to something else. Section 346.04 sub 1. And if you were to plead to that, you'd still have to pay a forfeiture and costs totaling $98.80. The Division of Motor Vehicles would still impose 3 points against your license, but you wouldn't have to take this class.
I don't want to take the class. Just give me the ticket and I'll pay it.
Well, ma'am, I need you to understand what you're
What?
being offered. Do you understand
Right,
the
you-
city's offer?
Yeah, you say take the class or pay the money. I'd rather pay the money.
Okay. That's not quite how it works. They're
Oh.
amending the citation so that you don't have to take the class if you're convicted. You still have to pay the forfeiture.
I am. I want to pay it.
Understand?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you plead?
Don't matter. I'm guilty.
Are you pleading guilty?
It don't matter. I'm playing guilty. You gonna find me guilty anyway, right? I heard you tell it to the rest of the people.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Your choices of plea are to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. If you plead guilty or no contest, I must find you guilty.
Right. That's what you said.
Yeah, if you want to fight the ticket,
No.
if you want a trial, or if you want to have more time to talk to the city attorney, then you should plead not guilty.
Not guilty.
How
I'm
are you
confused.
pleading?
I just want to pay the ticket and get it over with. I'm sorry. I'm confused and I'm tired.
Okay. I'm going to find you pleading no contest. And I'm going to review the citation to see if there's a factual basis for that plea of no contest.
Mm-hmm.
I do find a factual basis, and I will find you guilty. Mr. O'Day, anything further from the city?
Is this for the amended charge?
Right,
Okay, yep, nothing else from the city then.
okay. You got the amended? Yes. Okay. Ms. Thomas, is there anything else you want to tell me about what you think I should do?
I don't know what you should do. I just want to pay the fine or the ticket or whatever and get it over with.
Okay.
Put this behind me.
Do you have the ability to pay $98.80?
Yes.
Are you working?
I work 7 hours for 1 week, but I do get disability. I can pay it.
Okay. If I give you 30 days to pay that, is that enough, or do you need more time?
No more time.
You sure?
Just get y'all out of my hair and get out of y'all hair.
No, I get that. It's just that if you don't pay it within 30 days, then your license could be suspended. This will go to debt collection.
No, I ain't having that.
All right.
No, Your Honor. I'm on it. I promise you.
Tell you what, I'm going to give you 60 days just the same.
I'm going to come back and bring your money to you. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Your Honor. Y'all have a great day. God bless you.
All right.
I'm tired. I wish somebody keep my grandbaby for me. I'll bring it back to you, sir.
Have a good night.
You too.
City versus James Sickinger. Did I pronounce your name correctly, sir?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they pronounce it Sickinger or Sickinger, either one.
Well, how do you pronounce it?
Sickinger, usually everybody says.
Sickinger?
Yeah.
Okay. And sir, do you still live on 8th Street in Stoughton?
Yes,
You're charged with speeding on a public roadway, specifically that you were traveling 78 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. Do you understand the nature of the charge against you?
yes.
Does the city have an offer for the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor, the city will offer to amend the charge to speeding in excess of 14 miles an hour over the posted limit for a total of $98.80 and 4 points.
Sir, do you understand the city's offer?
Yes.
How would you like to proceed?
No contest.
All right. You understand if you plead no contest, I must find you guilty.
Yes.
I do find a factual basis for your plea, and I will find you guilty of speeding by 14 miles per hour over the posted limit. Does the city have anything further to say about disposition?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Sickinger, is there anything you'd like to tell me about your case before I sentence you?
Yes. I wasn't, technically I wasn't speeding, but I was. I was passing a person, and the officer said I was excessive speed to pass the person, and that's what it was. I'm 60 years old. I've never had a speeding ticket in my life or an accident in my life. And I just, when I was passing, I just wanted to get around and safely and get in front. I always slow down. I'm sorry that I didn't know. I didn't even look at my speedometer when I was passing. I was just passing the person, and that was it. I was kind of shocked that I got pulled over. I wasn't sure.
Well, see, here's the thing. You can't exceed the speed limit to pass somebody.
Yeah, I've been asking people. I thought
No,
you
you
could pass
can't
people,
do that.
and that's what I found out. Now I drive for a living. I drive truck, and I've been doing that for 13 years here. And like I said, I normally I don't speed. I drive right
No,
on.
I can see that. You've got a good driving record. I understand that, and that's why I'm accepting the city's amendment from a 6-point ticket to a 4-pointer.
Thank you.
And I will accept the city's recommendation for forfeiture and costs totaling $98.80.
Okay.
Do you need more than 30 days to pay that?
No.
Okay. Then we'll give you a copy of the judgment, and as soon as you have that, you're free to go. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, City versus Ava Hamilton.
She did send a no contest plea via email, and that's her statement.
Okay.
City attorney has that also.
Thank you. Ms. Hamilton, did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
And do you still live on Main Street in Oregon?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Hamilton, you're charged with 3 citations of retail theft, which means that you took property held out for resale by a merchant without attempting to pay for it, and that you did that on 3 different occasions. Do you understand the nature of the charges against you?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Now, I know that you sent the court a letter this morning, which I'm reviewing for the first time here.
Charge for the 3.
Right. Does the city have an offer for the defendant? I will note that there was no request for restitution from the victim.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Hamilton, notwithstanding the letter that you sent us, which Mr. O'Day has seen, if you plead not guilty tonight, I would give you then an opportunity to talk to Mr. O'Day to see if these 3 citations can be resolved without you having to come back to court. If I were to find you guilty tonight, if you plead guilty or no contest, I would in all likelihood find you guilty, and in all likelihood, I would impose a forfeiture, probably in about the amounts that are shown on those citations, which is almost, well, it's over $500. Do you want to have an opportunity to see if you can work something out with the city attorney before going any further, or do you want to resolve this tonight?
I would like to resolve it if I could tonight.
Well, that would mean pleading guilty or no contest. Are you sure you don't want to have a chance to talk to Mr. O'Day and see if you can work out something other than being convicted of these 3 citations?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
You are what?
I am prepared to plead no contest.
Okay. Then I'm going to review the reports for factual basis for your pleas. That's your plea with respect to all 3 citations?
Yes, it is.
All right, I do find a factual basis for your pleas, and I will find you guilty. I'll hear from the city first.
Your Honor, so the city will recommend a reduced forfeiture amount and/or combination of forfeiture and community service, both numbers up to the court.
Okay. Ms. Hamilton, is there anything that you want to tell me about these incidents, anything pertinent to sentencing?
First off, I would just like to apologize for everything that happened and for me being here today. I would also like to include that about a month and a half ago here, I got laid off from my last job due to a staffing issue. They hired a new manager, and they needed their most recently hired a full-timer to leave due to the increase in hours. And due to that, I was unemployed until now. I have my new job starting here actually on Monday. So I have been trying to catch up, pay all my bills. I have rent that I have to pay on the 1st. So I'm trying to stack everything out and just be able to keep afloat right now.
Okay. Where are you working now?
It's going to be at Badger Popcorn over in Fitchburg.
Okay. How much are you going to be making?
It'll be $20 an hour, and I'll be working about 35 hours a week.
Okay. You mentioned that you've got some debts that have stacked up.
Yes.
Are you supporting anyone other than yourself?
I am sort of supporting my grandma along with my parents. She recently moved here about 2.5 months ago. Her husband passed away over the summer, and she's got strong dementia and Alzheimer's, so I've been trying to help them keep her going, keep her bills getting paid on top of everything.
Sure. Do you live with anyone, or do you live alone, ma'am?
I live with my fiance right now.
Okay. Are you splitting the cost of rent, or how does that work?
Yes and no. He usually takes care of more of the utility bills and all that, and then he pays about 25 to 30% of rent, and then it's my job to pay that other percentage.
So how much are you paying each month, do you think, for rent and utilities, your share,
My share, I pay about 1,200.
each month?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a car payment?
Yes, I do.
How much is that?
It is $200 a month.
So other than, well, how about groceries? What do you think you're spending on groceries?
Per month, probably about four to 500 per month.
Okay. Well, that's $1,900 a month right there. And you're making $20 an hour at 35 hours a week?
Yes.
So that's about, after taxes, you're probably looking at about $2,200-$2,300 a month.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you do this?
I guess I was just struggling a lot just to be able to afford things, get things paid for, and in my head that was the only thing that made sense for me to do. I couldn't afford really groceries, I couldn't afford to pay for anything at that time. And just to be able to get by, this is what I ended up doing. And I know that it was not the right option, obviously. I should have consulted in my parents, I should have consulted in other people, but I guess I was selfish and I didn't want to involve them in the matter. And now looking back at it, I should have gotten help.
So what did you do with the things you stole?
Most of them I still have, I will admit. And then there were some things that I did sell online to try and get some money.
Okay. If I order you to pay $98.80 on each of the 3 citations, so it's almost $300. We got a couple ways that we could deal with that. I could give you a payment plan to pay that, or Mr. O'Day is suggesting that in lieu of paying that or paying all of it, that I allow you to do some community service. I realize you're almost working full-time and you're helping take care of a sick grandmother. I can't make you do community service, but I'm willing to give you an opportunity to do that. That would be at the rate of $10 an hour.
Okay.
Instead of having to pay up the cash to the court. So 98.80 is, let's just call it 300 just so that we're talking about it. If I ordered you to do 30 hours of community service instead of paying that and give you 90 days to do the community service, is that something you think you could accomplish?
In all honesty, I'd rather just pay the fine. It's very, very hard for me to find excess time. Usually I get 1 day a week to myself,
Yep.
and that's my day to kind of decompress, get the house clean, and it's hard to kind of go out and do something on that one day.
And I understand, that's why I was explaining, it's an
Yes.
option. I'm not gonna make you do it. And I think the reasoning you're giving is pretty reasonable. So, again, we're talking about a total of about almost $300. Realistically, what do you think you could pay each month?
Realistically, if I could get 2 months to pay and then I could do $150 per month, that would be amazing.
Well, I can give you a lot more time than that.
In all honesty, all I'd need would be 2 months.
You're sure?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you don't, what's going to happen is the matter will be sent in for debt collection.
Okay.
And it's possible that you could have your driver's license suspended until it's paid. I don't like suspending people's driver's license. It ends up putting them in a hole that it's hard to get out of.
Oh, yes.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order you to pay $50 a month,
Okay.
starting December 1st. If you pay it off early, fine, that's up to you. but I'm going to give you a little bit of a cushion because of the circumstances you're in.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's
Okay.
awesome.
$50 a month.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
We'll give you a copy of the judgment of conviction, and that will also give you information on how you can do, or how you can pay. I probably don't need to say this, but obviously you got to find a different way of dealing with problems
Yes.
than this.
And I will admit, a big part of that was being in the wrong friend groups, if that makes any sense, just being around people that influence these behaviors. They do it themselves, so you surround yourself with those types of people, and then you think, oh, this is okay, when obviously it's not.
No, it's really not okay.
No, exactly.
And I can promise you that if you're back in front of me again for this sort of thing, I'm not going to give you this kind of leniency.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Any questions about anything?
I do not know.
Okay.
Thank you so
then.
much.
Have a good evening.
You too.
All right, then, with respect to the remainder of the 5 o'clock cases that I have not called, I'll find the defendants guilty by, I will impose judgment by default, find them guilty, and order that they pay fine and costs as listed on the citations. And that's it for the 5s, right?
Correct.
Okay.
If you want to go off,
Okay.
if you wanted to go off the record, I wanted to update you with Hamas, because they'll stop recording.
Sure.
I don't know
We'll go off the record for a few minutes. All right, City versus James Hamas. Mr. O'Day, I'm sure you're aware that we've been calling this matter on a monthly basis, at least a monthly basis, for quite a while now. Because Mr. Hamas did not appear last month or even the month before that, if I remember correctly, I ordered that he personally appear. The police department was unable to get him served until 6 o'clock this morning, and Mr. Hamas sent the court an email, a copy of which I believe you've got. I will note for the record that Mr. Hamas was cited also with an initial appearance at 5 o'clock for operating while suspended. And he expressed his great embarrassment at having been stopped by the police as he was getting into his car at 6 o'clock this morning. Or no, he was pulled over, so, okay.
He did get another ticket today, too.
And he got another citation for operating while suspended. Mr. O'Day, what's the city's position?
It was my understanding from last month that we would be discussing next steps with him, and that the city was willing to give him more time to try and catch up on the payments, because I think he's somewhere in the $6,000 range of what's left. So I guess we can postpone again, unless the court has a different opinion.
Well, I'm not going to issue a warrant. I don't do that. I could, but I'm not going to. I will set this over to,
December 17th.
yeah, it's going to have to be the 17th. We can't do it on the 1st, or whatever the next date is. The 3rd, yeah. I'll set it over to the 17th. I'll make it a mandatory appearance. I know the PD will do their very best to get him served. And I guess at that point, if he doesn't show, I'll ask the city what the city wants to do.
That's fair. He hasn't paid
No, his
anything else
last payment
since
was
September.
September
Okay.
Okay. And I guess I would ask the city to try to reach Mr. Hammis. If you haven't, I'd guess you probably have, but I'll be asking you, if he doesn't show next week, or next month, I'll be asking you if you were able to contact him.
Yep, we'll try to contact him in the interim.
Okay. Thank you. City versus Kaminsky, which is on for 6.
Right, she was noticed to appear. Previous judge, I was allowed to give them 90 days in extensions, and she's exceeded that, and then we would schedule it for a hearing before the judge. And so I just continued that since we never really discussed.
Right.
So if she appears.
So she hasn't paid anything?
No, not, her initial appearance was.
May
Yeah, so
21st.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
And then she would at least call to ask for an extension.
Okay.
But she exceeded the 90 days now.
But she's been ordered to pay already.
Right, she was found guilty
Yep.
in May.
Okay. Then we'll send it to collection.
Well, she's supposed to be here tonight to request additional time directly from
Well,
you.
I'm not going to give her any more time since she didn't show.
Oh, okay. And then I have, the rest of them are just for your signature. And
Okay.
City attorney has copies of all of these. I'll give it all to
All
you.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. City versus Sari Marks. Ms. Marks was charged with underage drinking. She was given the opportunity to undergo an alcohol and other drug assessment and comply with any required treatment. She has provided proof that she did that under the terms of the city's agreement with the defendant, her having done so. The court was to order no penalty. Is that still the city's position?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so ordered. City versus Yolanda Sane. Charge of retail theft. Oh,
That was a previous
Yep.
agreement.
if the defendant was not cited for any further offenses for a period of 6 months, then when the case was called today, the city was going to move to dismiss. As far as I can tell, there have been no further citations. So what's the city's motion?
This predated me, but the city will follow the agreement and move to dismiss.
So ordered. City versus Richie Thau, retail theft. Same terms as the previous agreement, that if there were no offenses for a period of 12 months, that the city would move to dismiss. There have been no further citations, so what's the city's motion?
City moves to dismiss.
So ordered. And then city versus Bryce Zettel, failure to yield right-of-way. The city's agreement was that if the defendant had no further citations for a period of 12 months, that on today's date, the city would move to dismiss. However, we've received information that since then, the defendant has been charged with a signal violation in the town of Albany. The original failure to yield right-of-way citation carried with it a forfeiture and cost totaling $111.40. What's the city's motion?
Was the agreement no further citations, period, for 12 months? Not specified to the city?
City will hold, right, no other traffic citation.
That's what I was questioning, is a signal violation of traffic? I guess it's.
It
on-
is.
It's on the
Yep.
driving, I'm
Yep.
sorry, so.
Yep, it's in the traffic code.
Then judgment as stated on the citation.
All right, I'll find that the defendant does not appear. I will find the defendant guilty by default, impose judgment in the amount of $111.40 with 30 days to pay.
That's it.
Anything else? Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
Then we are adjourned.